Shalom Israel, Shalom, Shalom. Brother Naquam, watchman for Israel, come back at you with these precepts. And another cold cut, giving, of course, all honor and glory to Yahweh by Shemashiach Malak Yahushai. Double honor to the elect elders of the house of David that's been in this truth for decades and decades, patiently waiting for the second coming of Yahushai. Our hearty shalom to you mighty men that go out there on the highways and byways and do the work of the Most High, presenting your body as a living sacrifice and doing all things for the elect's sake, pushing this truth and magnifying the ministry. Shalom, shalom. Shalom to all of the men that may not be out there on the highways and byways as of yet, but they're working on it. They're getting built up in the spirit. You're praying, you're fasting, you're studying, you're being diligent and abounding in the work of the Lord. Shalom, shalom. Shalom to all of the Akwath out there, holding down in the household, reverencing their husbands, being submissive, being diligent, and moving in the spirit of our righteous foremothers in the last days. Shabbat shalom to everybody tuning in on the live. PJ Martin, shalom, King, mighty brother. Obadiah, verse 18, shalom. Adam J. Israel, Amayan Yasha'Allah, Demetrius Terry, shalom, shalom, everybody tuning in and that will tune in, right? The topic of this live stream is you are running out of time, right? I'm going to repeat that. You are running out of time. The time is short. The prophecies are unfolding. All hell is breaking loose. And if you don't get right, if you don't examine yourself, if you don't repent, and if you don't catch a damn fire inside of you, you might not make it. Right? You only have one chance to push this truth, man. You don't have 10 lives. Well, okay, you get to start over when all hell break loose, and then you get a new chance. No, this is it. It's your last chance to read. It's your last chance to study. It's your last chance to pray. Because once the stuff hit the fan, that's it, man. Right? We're going to kick it off with 2nd Ezra, chapter 14 and verse 1. I wanted to go into this whole chapter, but I may not have time. Right, but I'll touch on the points through the spirit. So we're going to go to 2nd Ezra in the Apocrypha, chapter 14 and 1. It reads, "And it came to pass upon the third day, I sat under an oak, and behold, there came a voice, it's like a voice out of a bush over against me, and said, Esdras, Esdras. And I said, Here am I, Lord. And I stood up upon my feet. Then said he unto me, And the bush I did manifestly revealed myself unto Moses, and talked with them when my people served in Egypt." So the Lord has given Ezra a breakdown of what happened on Mount Sinai, and when he talked to him in the bush in the early chapters of Exodus, right? The 3rd chapter. "And I sent him and led my people out of Egypt, and brought him up to the Mount of Sinai, where I held him by me a long season." How long was Moses up there with the Lord? 40 days, 40 nights. Not just getting 10 commandments. A lot of people believe Moses was up there for 40 days and 40 nights to come down with only 10 commandments. No, Moses received the pattern of the tabernacle, the layout, the order of the priesthood, how to set up the outer wall, how to set up the candlestick, the showbread. All of the instruction that you read about in the book of Exodus, charged with the priests, was given to Moses. He had an entire blueprint and laid out, given to him by Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, along with instruction and commandments on how to get the nation in order. And he got it in 40 days, man. You know, a lot of you, Jake, you might have to, nowadays, Jake, you might have been in that mount for 3 years. You know, Jake, you had a hard time receiving instruction. Moses got it in 40 days. A lot of Jakes, you know, your mind not right. Been up there. Would you say, Lord, can you repeat that? I don't get it. Well, why does it have to be this way? Right? Lord, how can you want the tabernacle? I thought, Lord, I got an idea. Hey, so a lot of brothers saying, well, Moses was up there 40 days just to get down with 10 commandments. No, man, he was up there getting instruction. Right? Let me get that real quick in Exodus 25. Right? Exodus 25. And Moses was qualified. He was the man of the job. That's why the Most High chose him. Right? This is the book of Exodus 25 and 7. It reads, I'll start at 9. Exodus 25 and 9. "According to all that I show thee, after the pattern of the tabernacle, and the pattern of all the instruments thereof, even so shall ye make it." So it says, after the pattern that I showed thee. So a pattern after he showed it, basically a blueprint, a layout on how things are going to be detailed and done precisely to the T for the children of Israel, the priesthood and the law. So that's what Ezra is talking about in 2nd Ezra 14, is giving you a reference to what happened in the wilderness. Right? So let's read on. 2nd Ezra chapter 14 and verse 5. I'll read 4 again. And I sent him and led my people out of Egypt and brought him up to the mount of Sinai, where I held him by me a long season, and told him many wondrous things, and showed him the secrets of the times and the end, and commanded him, saying, these words shalt thou declare, and these shalt thou hide. So Moses received the end of the world. Moses saw the second coming of Yahushua. He knew about the chariots beaming up the elect. He knew about Esau going into slavery. Moses even knew about Esau being exterminated. See that? He knew about World War III, the ICBM missiles. He saw the end. Moses was he wasn't just walking around with 2 tables of stone, and then he died in the wilderness. Moses saw the end of the world and the secrets of the times. You understand? Solomon also saw the end. See that in Wisdom of Solomon, the 7th chapter, that the Lord showed him the beginning, the midst, and the end of times. All right, but let's read on. 2nd Ezra chapter 14 and 6. And it's like these words shalt thou hide, and these words shalt thou declare, and these shalt thou hide. It reads, and now I say unto thee, that thou lay up in thy heart the signs that I have showed thee, and the dreams that thou hast seen, and the interpretations that thou hast heard. For thou shalt be taken away from all, and from henceforth thou shalt remain with my son, and with such as be like thee until the times be ended. For the world hath lost his youth, and the times, right? And the times begin to wax old. And that's the topic, man. You're running out of time. At any given second, we always say that. You know, we pretty much are like a broken record. We constantly on repeat. The same track is always playing. The same tune is always on. And we're constantly telling you at any given second it can go down. Because we have to desensitize you, right? For brothers that don't know what the definition of when you desensitize somebody, we're pretty much conditioning your mind and getting you used to all hell getting ready to break loose. So when that happens, you're not at your wit's end, plucking your beard out, trying to figure out what the hell is going on. Because you've been hearing it every damn day. Right? Let me get this real quick. I want to get the definition. So like, bear with me. So here's the definition. Desensitize, to make someone less likely, check this out, to make someone less likely to feel shock or distress. To make someone less likely to feel shock or distress at scenes of cruelty, violence, or suffering. Meaning Jacob's trouble, all hell breaking loose, that's the cruelty, violence, and suffering, by overexposure. See that? To such images. To free someone from a phobia. Now, phobia, that goes back to the Greek word of being fearful. To free someone from a phobia or neurosis by gradually exposing the person to the thing that is feared. And that's a mean definition right there, man. And that's what we do. It says to free someone from a phobia. Because a lot of brothers are scared of the end of the world. A lot of women are scared. Well, what do I do? Is my son going to make it while I'm pregnant? I don't know if my baby's going to make it. The Lord said, woe to another with child. Do I leave my house? Do I get a bug out bag? Do I get a tent? Do I buy gas? Do I buy damn cans of gasoline? Do I buy a generator? What do I do? Do I get you got brothers talking about getting a rendezvous point? We're all going to meet up right here when all hell break loose. Look, you don't know what's going to happen. Right? Didn't the Lord say in Proverbs 27:1, a lot of brothers, you got plans for Jacob's trouble and what you plan on doing, and we going to do this. We're going to meet up right here, and you're going to get the guns. We're going to take over this police station. You're going to break in from the back, and I'm going to go in from the window. Where is it at in the Bible? Right? This Proverbs 27:1. Boast not thyself of tomorrow, for thou knowest not what a day may bring forth. So you can't sit there and boast about your plans for tomorrow. You don't even know what's going to happen. Guess what? You might not make it till tomorrow. You might give up the ghost right now. You might go to sleep, and in the spirit world, you're up there in the third heaven. Right? So there's no boasting about your plans on what you plan on doing when all hell breaks loose, man. You understand? But our job, again, is to desensitize you by gradually exposing you to what's feared. So we constantly go into Jacob's trouble. We constantly talk about all hell breaking loose. We always go into the end of the world. And it's fitting because you're literally running out of time. It was just another blood moon last night, right? It's been about 12 days straight of blood moons, right? It's hard to see it, right? But if you were kind of in person, you will see that it's actually red. You see that? About 12 days straight of blood moons, and Jake, you still walking around with your thumb in your mouth and your hands in your pockets, trying to figure out what's going on. Right, let me read that again in 2nd Ezra. Right, let's go back to 2nd Ezra chapter 14 and Salakia. 2nd Ezra chapter 14 and verse, I'll start at 10. Right, bear with me. Right, this 2nd Ezra 14 and 10. For the world has lost its youth, and the times begin to wax old. Meaning what? You're running out of time. The earth is like a creature. You understand? It's likened unto a woman when you go deep into the precepts. And just like any woman waxes old in age and slowly begins to lose functions and lose the ability of what they used to do in their youth, so is the earth. You understand? The earth is corrupt. It's defiled. It's soaked with blood. The damn water's tainted. The water's polluted. The air is all jammed up. You can't breathe. You have to actually, certain cities, they'll tell you, look, you can't come in because the air is too toxic. It's the smog level is too high. They add that to the news report now. Okay, you can't come into Beijing, you can't come into Chicago because the smog level is too high. Right? Was it like that during the time of Abraham? You can't go to Damascus, you can't go to Canaan because the smog level. No, man, the earth is damn defiled, man. You can even see certain times in certain cities. You think it's fog, it's damn pollution. Everybody got a disease. People's minds not right. Everything is defiled. Some of the animals are homosexuals. You understand? The food chain and natural cycle is out of order. All hell is breaking loose, man. So the earth is defiled under the inhabitants thereof. Let me get that in Isaiah chapter 24. And who defiled the earth? Man. What man chiefly? The so-called white man, Esau. Right? That's the classic in Job 9:24. The earth is given to the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof, if not wherein who is it? Right? But let me go to this real quick in Isaiah 24. So the world is defiled and has lost his youth, man. Even the creatures, man that's born out of the dust. It tell you that in Genesis that the Lord formed man out of the dust of the ground. And when we go to 2nd Ezra 5, you read about just like a woman brings forth children in old age, so is man. Because man is born in the earth. Man is born in his mother's old age. So that's why man comes out of the ground. The man is born now shorter. Man is born with a less level of damn intelligence. Man is weaker. Man is more prone to sin. Man is more likely to go off. Women are more wicked. Men are more wicked. You die earlier. Your life expectancy is shut down more. You understand? So the world has lost his youth, even like a woman that bears children in her old age. When the children that she bears at the age of 40, if you're a woman, you got children at the age of 45, and that children might not make it. That child that's coming out, either he might not make it, but if he do make it, he's not going to come out strong. He may be more prone to allergies or diseases. He may have some type of Down syndrome or some type of mental disorder. Why? Because a lot of women are supposed to bear that child in your youth. That's what I tell you that in 1 Timothy 2:15. That the woman will be saved in childbearing. At 1 Timothy 5, I would that the younger woman marry. But if you're an older woman having children, guess what? That child is going to come out a little bit weaker. And that's how man is. The world has lost its youth because the world is defiled. right? This Isaiah 24 and 5. I want to get that real quick. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 24 and 5. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. So man has broken the everlasting covenant. Every law, statute, and commandment has been defiled by man. They don't keep a land Sabbath here. Last time I checked, you have a land Sabbath. I'm not going to go into every law how to deal with the land, but you have a land Sabbath. You even the trees have a year when they have to rest. 3 years they grow. The 4th year you treat it as if it's uncircumcised. And you let the fruit grow thereof, and then you eat it. They don't do that. So the trees are created. The Lord has laws on how to deal with the trees. The Lord has laws on how to deal with animals when you hunt them. 7 days they're with their mother, and the 8th day you can kind of take them. The so-called white man is not keeping that. He's not keeping the land Sabbath. He's not keeping the year of Jubilee. He's not doing none of these things, man. So the earth is slowly being corrupted and slowly being defiled. You know, like the brother said, and there's also the year of Jubilee. Yeah, since I've been damn alive, I've yet to see one of these leaders of Babylon the Great come out on the State of the Union and say, okay, this year is the year of Jubilee. We know that you're in debt. You know, the IRS is calling your phone. We know that you have rent shortages. You can't pay your bills. But guess what? It's the year of Jubilee, and we're going to liberate you from all those bills and debts. Right? Has that ever happened? Your damn mortgage, your rent, your car note, you behind. You know? They don't do that, man. Now, the so-called white man, he might give you an amnesty. They might have an amnesty day, but you still got to pay. You got to go in and pay you. You might get a free parking ticket. It might be $5. Where's amnesty day at in the Bible? Where you can kind of go in and, you know, you might have been back behind in a few parking tickets or fees. You can kind of go in. That's not in there. So, hey, they have defiled the covenant. Let's go to Psalms 82 and 5. And the earth is defiled, man. Right? Let's go to 82 and 5. You got places that are deserts now. They used to be lush forest and an oasis and water springs. Now it's a desert. I believe it even tells you, Esau came out and told you 2 years ago or last year that the so-called white man killed so many Gadites and Reubenites and so-called Native Americans that it actually shifted the population. The climate, right? So they altered the climate with bloodshed, man. I'll see if I can pull that up again, but let's go to Psalms 82 and 5. Right, this is the book of Psalms, chapter 82 and verse 5. It reads, "They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness, all the foundation," right? It didn't say some of it, right? It says all the foundation of the earth are out of course. So everything's out of course, man. Women are over men. Men are dating men. Women are dating babies. Men are turning into women. Women are turning into women. They have men. See, it's hard to keep up. You have men turning into women, getting married to men, having babies, and giving birth to babies that they're making damn men when they're really women. So it's nothing but confusion. You know? So let me, I wanted to pull that up. I'll see if I can get that real quick. Yeah, we saw you got trannies all around, drag queens. Right, so I can bear with me. I didn't prepare to go into all these different things. I was just moving in the spirit. So bear with me. I believe the brother said it was, see that? See that right there? This was 2 years ago they posted this. Right? It says European colonizers killed so many Native Americans that it changed the global climate, researchers say. So Esau killed so many people. It says when Europeans arrived in the Americas, and I'm surprised they put this out there. I'm led to believe the guy that posted this article, Lauren Kent, or this woman, she might not work there anymore. Now, she could come out and say, look, I'm still employed. Look, I'm still getting, but look, I don't believe that she works there. You know? So it says, when Europeans arrived in the Americas, they caused so much death and disease that it changed the global climate. A new study finds European settlers, now we don't believe this number, right? We believe it was a little bit more astronomical, right? Killed 56 million indigenous people. We don't believe that. Over 100 years in the South, Central, and North America, causing large swaths of farmland to be abandoned and reforested. Researchers at University of College London said the increase in trees and vegetation across an area the size of France resulted in a massive decrease in CO2 in the atmosphere, according to the study. Carbon levels changed enough to cool the earth by 1610. See that? So, hey, they killed so many people, the damn climate got altered, man. So all the foundations of the earth are out of course. It's corrupt, man. Right? Let me get that in Genesis chapter 6 when the Lord said the earth was corrupt and filled with violence, man. Right? Just the book of Genesis chapter 6 and verse 11. The earth also was corrupt before God, and the earth was filled with violence. So the earth is corrupt. What's the definition of corrupt? Evil, defiled, tainted. So this earth is on its way out, man. When I say this earth, I'm not speaking about the so-called planet, what Esau calls the planet, because the earth is here forever. But this world is about to end. You understand? Esau is the end of the world. You're living in the end of the world. If this was damn football or basketball or sports, it'd be like maybe 3 seconds left on the shot clock. I'm led to believe it's 2 seconds left on the shot clock. Right? And you're running out of time. The game's almost over. This is it, man. The kingdom of heaven is about to be established. Jacob's trouble is about to kick off. World War III can kick off literally any second. You got Jake and Eve still trying to figure out what to do in this truth. Well, I don't know, should I really be in this truth or not? If you're still thinking like that, you don't need to be in this thing. Maybe this isn't for you. Maybe you should go check in with your pastor and ask him, is it time for him to take your wife? Or check in with him and ask him, can you be in a pulpit and read the Sunday service or lead prayer hour every Wednesday at 9 in the morning? Maybe you could do that, man. You got men been in this thing for 2 years, 3 years, trying to still figure out if they should be in this thing or not. Should I read? Should I really go to camp? Are camps really wicked? If you've been in this thing, I would say for a year, and you still trying to figure out what's going on, you need to examine yourself. Man and woman alike, man. Right? There's no time for games. There's no time for folly. Right? Let's read that again. Genesis chapter 6 and 11. The earth also was corrupt before the Most High, and the earth was filled with violence. And you have violence on the earth, man. You got sex trafficking. You got murder. You got the innocent blood of the righteous being shed. You have children being destroyed. You got people stoning people, throwing acid on people. The earth is swallowing up people. So the earth is filled with violence, man. Let's go back to 2nd Ezra, chapter 14 and verse 10. Let's read that again. Right, let's read 2nd Ezra, chapter 14 and 10. And it reads, the world hath lost its youth, and the times begin to wax old. And the Lord told Ezra this. You know, Ezra was on the earth, and we'll put the date around 457 BC. Right? So this is thousands of over 2,000 years ago. This is almost 2,500 years ago. See that? Around 2,500 years ago, the Lord told Ezra, a Levitical priest, that you're in the end of the world. And even in the time of Yahushua and the apostles, they call that the last days. Right? Let's get that in the book of Hebrews. Right? You think that the last days started as soon as you came into truth? No, the last days have been here since Yahushua was made manifest. Yahushua marks the new epoch or a new age for man. Right? Hebrews chapter 1 and 1. It reads, the Most High, who at sundry times and in diverse manners spake in time past unto the fathers by the prophets, hath in these last days. So during the time of the apostles, it was the last days. Hath in these last days spoken to us by his Son, whom he hath appointed heir of all things, by whom also he made the worlds. So even the apostles knew in those days, guess what? They were living in the end of the world, man. They all knew that. So why is it strange for Jake to believe that you living in the end? Right? This Ephesians chapter 1 and verse 10. Right? Ephesians 1 and 10. That in the dispensation of the fullness of times. Right? So if you have like a cup and it's being measured to the top, we're at the fullness of times. That's another way of saying the end of the world or the end of times. Right? It says that in a dispensation of the fullness of times, he might gather together in one all things in Hamashiach, both which are in heaven and which are on earth, even in him. Right? Let's get another precept about us being in the end of the world. Let's go to 1 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 1. Right? 1 Timothy chapter 4 and 1. It reads, now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils. So that's another way. The Lord calls it the latter times. You may hear it being called the fullness of the dispensation of times. You may call it the end of an age or the last days. You have many synonymous terms all saying the exact same thing. The end of the world, the last days, right? Or the latter days, right? Remember, you had the beginning, the beginning of times, the midst of times, and the end times. Let's get that in Wisdom of Solomon chapter 7. The Lord divided into 3 different parts, right? It's really 12 parts as we read on in 2nd Ezra, but summing it up, it's 3 parts, the beginning, middle, and end, right? This Wisdom of Solomon chapter 7 and verse 17, right? It reads, for he hath given me certain knowledge of the things that are, namely to know how the world was made and the operation of the elements, the beginning, ending, and midst of the times, the alterations of the turning of the sun and the change of seasons. So even Solomon knew about the midst of the times, meaning the Middle Ages, time of the Holy Roman Empire, the Byzantine Empire, right? The Moors and Esau in the caves. He knew about the middle times. He knew about Genesis, Abraham at the time of the patriarchs, the patriarchal age. So like, bear with me. And he also knew about the end of the world, right? So let's go back to 2nd Ezra chapter 14, right? 2nd Ezra chapter 14 and verse 11, right? 2nd Ezra chapter 14 and 11. For the world is divided into 12 parts, and the 10 parts of it are gone already, and half of a 10th part. So the world is divided into 12 parts. Now, this word world is not talking about the earth. Remember, you have the earth and you have the world, right? I tell you that in Psalms 90 and 2. Right, let's get that. When it says the world is divided into 10 parts, that's not talking about the actual earth, right? This Psalms chapter 90 and 2. Before the mountains were brought forth, wherever thou hast formed the earth and the world, even from everlasting to everlasting, thou art the Most High. Right? So in that word world is going into age. Right? The word world is going into the word age. Now I believe I want to get this in the Greek. Right? Bear with me. Salakia. Bear with me 1 second. I want to get this. Right? Even when you look up the actual definition, I was going to go into the Greek, but I just went into the word world, right? And we know the word world, since we deal with all these Christians, they don't understand the word world has many different definitions, right? The word world, it can be a class of people like the plant world, the sea world, the world of fashion, the world of music that have common things, or it can be Salakia, a particular period of history. See that? A particular period of history. So the word world deals with time, right? It deals with time or ages, like the definition, the ancient world. What is the ancient world? How the age of the life of man during the time of our forefathers. That's the ancient world. Even Esau, he has different time periods, like the Iron Age or the Bronze Age. You understand? These are different time periods of man on the earth. So right now, the world you're living in Esau's world, or the end of Esau's world. Right? I tell you that in 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed. Right? So the time period right now, and the world being divided to 12 parts, is dealing with the age of man. Right? So every nation was given a certain time period to rule. Right? From the ancient Babylonians and Nimrod all the way to the so-called white man right now. Right? And it's as if you're looking at a clock, right? We always break it down as if a man, right, is looking at a clock or the face of a clock. Not like an analog clock, not a digital, right? See that? So the world is divided into 12 parts. Just like a clock right there. How do you think they came up with the clock? You think they just made it up on their own? No, it's in the Bible. The Bible tells you about time. It goes into prophecy, history, judgment, exhortation, wisdom. It even tells man how to break down time. You know? So the world is divided to 12 parts. Just like that's how this, even Yahushua said, are there not 12 hours in a day? Right? Let me get that precept real quick. Yahushua spoke of that, man. Right? Yahushua said there were 12 hours in a day in the book of John. Right? Let's get that in John chapter 11. Right? This John chapter 11 and 9. Are there not 12 hours in a day? If any man walk in the day, he stumbleth not, because he seeth the light of this world. But if a man walk in the night, he stumbleth, because there is no light in him. Right? So that's plain. So let's read that again in 2nd Ezra chapter 14 and 11. For the world is divided into 12 parts, and the 10 parts of it are gone already, and half of a 10th part. See that? So 10 parts of it are gone already. So during the time of Ezra, if it's divided into 12 parts, the 10th part would be around 10 o'clock. Right? And it says half of a 10th part. See that? Meaning it's a little past 10 o'clock during the time of Ezra. Because 10 parts of it are gone already, which will make it 10. And it also says what? Half of a 10th part. So during the time of Ezra, it was a little past 10 p.m., meaning 2 more hours, and then all hell would break loose on the earth. And what time was Ezra living? Around 457 BC. Right? Even he was around during the time of Nehemiah, till around 444 BC, a little after that. So if it was a little past 10 o'clock back then, and there was 2 hours left, what time do you think it is now? You think it's still 10 o'clock, 10:30? That was 2,500 years ago. It was 10 o'clock. 2,500 years ago. So during the time of Yahushua, it have had to been almost, and the Lord called that the last days. It had to have been like 11 p.m. But now the time you're living in, and we're led to believe is about 3 seconds left. Because that was 2,500 years ago. So if we're dealing with it right now, there's like 3 seconds left. You're running out of time. You don't have 50 more years in this thing. You're not going to be in America for 1,000 more years. You got a lot of jakes where I'm waiting to see the flying cars. I want to be like the Jetsons. That's a fantasy. That's not real. That's not going to happen. You're not going to have a flying car. You're not going to have a jetpack flying to work. Forget about it, man. Not going to have air police. You're not going to be living on another planet. It's not going to be like Elysium. Get these vain thoughts out of your head. This is it. This is the end of the world. Well, I don't know, man. I know in the future, I'm going to be able to do this because technology is going to be, and we don't give a damn about what the so-called white man is telling you is going to happen in the year 2030. That's all this devil say. Well, in the year 2030, we're going to do this. In the year 2050, and that's Psalm chapter 49 and 11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. And I would hate to be here 50 more damn years, man. 25 more years. Who knows? Everything is going to be defiled. More. I mean, you might walk outside and you might see grown men kissing little boys on the mouth. And if you speak up against it, you're going to go to jail. And everybody going to have to probably wear a damn helmet with a damn mask on it, connected. You got to get scanned in everywhere you go. Right? Oh, it'll be wicked, man. Esau probably damn control damn everything, man. But the brother said, a damn chip in your arm. You got to damn scan your damn forehead and your eye to go into a building. Esau take away all of the races and all of the nations, and he'll call everybody one race. They show you that in these futuristic movies, man. You watch these futuristic movies, pretty much man's individuality and his uniqueness is gone. And now all of people are one. That's during the time of Maccabees. So I don't want to be here 25 years from now. Right? The world is about to be done. Let's read on. 2 Ezra 14 and 12. And there remaineth that which is after the half of the 10th part. Now therefore set thine house in order and reprove thy people, comfort such of them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption. So now that you're living in the end, guess what? Now you got work to do. Now that you know that you have about 2 seconds left, 3 seconds left, now that it's crunch time. It's overdrive mode. We all know that crunch time is that time when you're moving fast and you got to get stuff done. When you're using the word and you have projects and deadlines to meet and you procrastinated and you knew that you had about 5 hours left, you was moving as if it was the end of the world. You was making phone calls, printing out paperwork, typing up reports, getting stuff done because you knew you only had a limited time to meet that deadline. And there was no grace after that deadline. That was it. And that's how it is in the end of the world. Once that sky crack open, and once those them sirens kick off for World War III and bombs dropped and martial law and Jacob's trouble and civil unrest and anarchy in the streets and the damn purge becomes a reality and all hell break loose on the earth, then guess what? That's it. It's over. And there's no woulda, shoulda, couldas. Because now you got your chance to get right. Right? Now you have the chance to put off the works of sin and put off the old man. Yeah, the brother said, Khan, you got brews out here playing, being slothful. Yeah, you got brothers, like I said, still trying to figure out if this truth is really for them or not. I don't know, because my uncle was telling me about Islam and Allah and the Muslims, and I'm trying to figure out if I should get into it. You got Eve saying, well, should I really reverence this nigga or should I call him Lord? I don't know, because this dude, he want me to be submissive, but I really want to do what I want to do. If that's your mind, guess what? This thing isn't for you, man. The Lord said, let me get this precept in the book of Luke, right? Let's get this precept in the book of Luke, right? This is the book of Luke, chapter 1 and verse, I'll start at, let's see where I want to start. This is Luke 1 and 16. I'll start at 16. It reads, and many of the children of Israel shall return to the Lord their God. Right? This is Luke 1 and 17. And he shall go before him in the spirit and power of Elias, to turn the hearts of the fathers to the children, and the disobedient to the wisdom of the just. Here's the point: to make ready a people prepared for the Lord. So you have people that are prepared for the Lord. You have people that are not prepared for the Lord. It's two categories: people that are ready to make it and get the hell out of this thing, and people who still trying to figure out what's going on. When you're preparing for something, you already got your mind made up. When you're preparing for work, that means you already know, look, okay, I'm about to go in. Right? When you're not preparing, you got your mind made up that, hey, look, that job isn't for you. The Lord is looking for a people prepared for the Lord. Right? And that's another good one: a vessel of honor and a vessel of dishonor. You know? So you want to make sure that you're a brother or a sister prepared for this thing and know what's going on, man. Right? Bear with me. This 2 Timothy chapter 2 and 20. 2 Timothy 2 and 20. But in the great house, there are not only vessels of gold and of silver, but also of wood and of earth, and some to honor and some to dishonor. So just like in every house, you might go to your grandmother's house, your great grandmother's house, whatever, and guess what? She might have fine china. You know, old Eve and Jake, you got that china cabinet that nobody could touch with all that them plates that nobody uses. Those are their vessels of honor. Then they might have kids might come over. They might have plastic cups, plastic plates, run down silverware for them. Everything is not on the same level. You got the expensive, what they call it, cutlery, damn plates and stuff, and dining, right, dishes, and you have the regular paper plates and stuff you don't care about. And that's how it is in this truth. You have men that are on a level, and you have men that are not on a level. Men that are vessels of honor, they're doing the work, they're prepared for the Lord, they know it's 2 seconds left, they know all hell is about to break loose, they know what's going on, and you got the guys who are vessels of dishonor, right? Meaning you don't know what's going on. You kind of in this thing, but you playing around. You only read when you feel like it. You might study once a month. Like I said, I knew this Eve years ago who said she waits to the end of the week to repent for all her sins. Guess where she's at? In the world, probably flipping burgers. Threw away all her fringes. Talking about, I'm going to wait to the end of the week, then I'm going to repent. Well, she's in the world right now. You see where that got you? We told the sister, hey, look, you can't do that, and you got to repent immediately when you know that you're going off. She said, no, I'm going to wait to the end of the week. I'm busy. I have my job. I have my children. I just do it at the end of the week on a Sabbath when I feel like it. Well, guess what? You know, she got cut down and rooted out the earth and plucked out the land of the living. Right? So again, you have vessels of honor and some to dishonor. Let's read on. 2 Timothy 2 and 21. If a man therefore purge himself from these. See that? If a man therefore purge himself from these, he shall be a vessel unto honor, sanctified and meet, meaning good, for the master's use, and prepared unto every good work. See that? And prepared unto every good work. The Lord is coming for a people prepared for the Lord. Preparation. You got people preparing for Jacob's trouble by buying bows and arrows, batteries, generators, cases of water, bug out bag, tent, band-aids, Q-tips, rubbing alcohol, peroxide, toilet paper, combs, you know? Then you got people preparing for the Lord by fasting, by praying, by making their works stored up in heaven. You understand? By being diligent, by being on fire, by praying for mercy. Those are certain men are preparing for the Lord. Because both of them know all hell is going to break loose. But what are you doing about it? How are you really preparing? You understand? Are you preparing spiritually or are you preparing carnally? Because last time I checked in the Bible, it said the carnal mind is enmity with God. And to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. Right? That's Romans chapter 8, verses 5 on down. Right? So let's go back to 2nd Ezra chapter 14. Right? 2nd Ezra chapter 14 and verse, I'm going to read 13 again. Now, therefore, set thine house in order. So you got to set your house in order, man. Now that you know all hell is about to break loose, get your damn house in order, man. You got brothers, they're married, and their wives leave the house, and they don't know where their wife is at. Well, I let her do what she want to do. I trust her. Right? She could leave, and she don't have to say nothing. She just go, and she come back next week. You got brothers saying, well, what what happened to your rib? Oh, she out. Where's she at? Oh, well, I don't know. She'll be back next week. Your house not in order. If your rib left Sunday and came back Friday, and you don't know where she at, where she been at, your house is not in order. She come back giggling on the phone with a bunch of bags. On the phone with a dude. And you sitting around playing Call of Duty on the couch. Hey, babe. Come on, hey, babe. You got the damn headset hooked up. Right? She said, yeah, whatever. And then she go in the room and plan her next trip. If your children are doing what they want to do, like the brother said, a happy wife, happy life spirit. Yeah, that's off, man. Where is that at? Well, I have to please my wife because I don't want her to be mad at me. I don't want to, you got brothers say, I don't want to teach my wife the commandments because I don't want to get into an argument. I don't want her to be upset at me. So I'm not going to try to give her the law. Yeah, I know the truth, but I don't want to bring it out on her because I don't want to hurt her feelings. I want her to be liberal. Right? I don't want to be a woman shamer. That's the new thing now. Right? I don't want to be a sexist and a woman shamer. So I don't want to teach my wife to wear a dress because she'll be mad at me. If you the brother saying, I don't want to teach my wife to put on a dress because she'll be mad at me, she can wear pants, then guess what? Your mind not right. Telling your wife, well, just throw some pants on and some zits, you'll be all right. Because you scared to tell her to put on a damn dress. Right? A lot of you men are weak, man. Your wife is out of order. She on the phone with multiple guys at one time. She watching other brothers' breakdowns, taking notes. While you sitting around doing what you want to do. She know more than you in the spirit because she learned it from these brothers and you're not teaching her nothing. Right? So your house is out of order, man. You got brothers whose children, they do what they want to do. I'm leaving, right? And the dad say, well, where you going? Shut up. And then you tell them it's a Sabbath day. Man, I ain't keeping no Sabbath day. And they smoke damn weed, saying, I ain't keeping the Sabbath day, and blow it in your face and leave the house. And you talking about, and you put your head down. Okay. Get your house in order, man. Your children should be keeping a Sabbath day. They should have some fringes on. I don't give a damn if they don't want to wear it or not. As long as they're in your house, they're going to have them fringes on. And if they don't like it, they just go somewhere else. You can stay with them, your auntie down south. But as long as you in this house, you're going to have some damn fringes on. You're going to keep the Sabbath day. Right? If you want food to eat and a roof over your head, and you want the damn bills paid, and you want that damn TV on, and your damn phone bill paid, and your damn clothes, then you're going to keep these law, statutes, and commandments. Then you got brothers scared. Well, what if they don't want to? Shut up and tell them to keep the law, statutes, and commandments, man. The Lord said, get your house in order. Right? And we got to take it because a lot of brothers, you feeble, man. Let's go to Sirach chapter 33. Let's go to Sirach chapter 33. Well, I don't know if they want to keep the commandments or not. Well, brother, you're running out of time. You only got so much time to get your house in order. Right? This is Sirach chapter 33. And brother, you got to sit there and examine yourself. Right? And you women with children, you got to get your children in order. right? Your children, they should always have their fringes on. Your children should be learning the commandments. They should be getting built up in this thing. Men, you should be out there doing the work. Brothers, you got to examine your house, man. You think you're going to have time to get your house in order when Jacob's trouble kick off? Here you are, you're a pilgrim on the earth. Now you want to try to set some order. You're not going to have a house. Last time I checked the second Esdras, let me get that real quick. Second Esdras 16, the Lord said you're going to be cast out of your house. Right? And then he's going to know who is chosen up. Right? This second Esdras, chapter 16 and verse, I'll start at 71. Right? Second Esdras, chapter 16 and 71. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. So Esau, he's not going to care who you are, what tribe you from, what camp you in. He don't give a damn. If you on his list, then he's going to destroy you and not spare. Right? You can say, well, I have kids. I invested in a 401k. I'm thinking about vote. He's going to not spare you. The Lord's going to put such a demonic, devilish spirit on Esau where he's not going to take no ransom. Right? Now you can kind of pay the police off. You might get pulled over. You might, you can kind of finesse the police. He might give you a warning. He might throw him 20. He might turn his body cam off. A lot of these drug lords, they make deals with the police. Right? They can pacify him. And Jacob's trouble, there's no pacification. Right? Esau, he's going to have his damn horn showing at his highest peak. Right? Let's read on. Second Esdras 16 and 72. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. So you're not going to have a house. The days will come, you're going to be cast out of your house. So there is no way that you're going to have time and Jacob's trouble to get your house in order when you're going to be cast out of your house. You might have to be the brother to sit down and examine yourself and say, okay, what can I do to get my house in order? You write a list. Okay, how can I get my wife more in order? How can I get my children more in order? Your son's sitting around playing Call of Duty all day, cussing out little Edomite kids. You tell him to read. He throw the Bible right at you and say, I'm not reading today. Your damn daughter leaving the house. She got a crop top on, her cleavage out. I'm going out with the girls. Right? Daddy, I'm going out with the girls. And you sitting around, damn cracking your toes watching Sports Center, saying, okay, all right. Kind of say, all right, kind of give it this. You don't see what she got on. You don't tell, it's damn 12 a.m. already. You don't know who she hanging out with. You don't know when she coming back. You just caught up in the finals. All right, what up? All right? Kind of look at your fringes. Hey, all right, what up? See you later. All right? You got the house key? Or no, man, hey, look, put a dress on. You better go upstairs and read. All right? Brother, you should get your house in order. Y'all should be praying together more. Right? It's okay to have a prayer schedule. Okay, look, in my household, we're going to pray at this time. We're going to pray at this time. We're going to pray at this time. All right, we're going to read these chapters today. Okay, we're going to do this. Okay, we're going to fast today on this week. We're going to set this in order. Get your house in order. Right? So let's read on, huh? Right? This second Esdras chapter 14. Let's go back to second. Actually, I wanted to go to Sirach 33. Right? I wanted to go to Sirach chapter 33 and verse. I will start at 18. Sirach chapter 33 and verse 18. It reads, hear me, O ye great men of the people, and hearken with your ears, ye rulers of the congregation. Give not thy son and wife, thy brother and friend, power over thee while thou livest, and give not thy goods to another, lest it repent thee, and thou entreat for the same again. So don't give nobody power over you, man. All right? Don't give your woman power over you. She's telling you what to do. You scared to put your foot down in your house. Well, my wife might not like it if I do a video at 6 in the morning, I'm scared. I'm scared to go to camp because my wife really wants to go shopping and go to the movie theater. I don't want to get on my son's bad side and make him wear fringes. I want him to be accepted. You're allowing them to have power over you. Their emotions and what they want don't matter. It's about what Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua wants, man. It's about what the Most High decrees and what the Most High deems is righteous. All opinions and emotions go out the way when it comes to the law, statutes, and commandments. And it is what it is. That's how it works. Well, I don't want to put on a dress. I don't want to put on a dress. So is Keisha and Latoya and Tammy. They don't have to wear a dress. Well, guess what? Don't be the brother. Okay, well, you're right. They don't wear a dress, and their fathers are in jail and smoking weed, and they're in the streets. Well, let's just not let you wear a dress. No, your daughter, she won't put a dress on. Son told me, I don't want to wear fringes. Day and Mans and Pookie and Rail and Charles and Tony, they don't have to wear fringes. Why do I have to wear fringes? Don't be the brother. Well, son, well, maybe you're right. No, put on some damn fringes and make sure you got the border of blue. And don't leave this house without your fringes on. Don't let nobody have power over you, man. As long as you alive, right? Verse 20, Sirach 33 and 20. As long as thou livest and hast breath in thee, give not thyself over to any. So don't break your preeminence and dishonor yourself by being a yes man and being submissive to people who are supposed to be under your authority. Right? Or my wife might not like if I do this. Hey, guess what? It is what it is. Don't be you got brothers that are yes men to their wife. Their wife come in the room and the brother laughing. His wife come in the room and they do this. What are you laughing about? Nothing. And she kind of look at you, kind of do this. That's what I thought. And kind of go back in the room and get on the phone. Yeah, girl, I got him again. Right? Cackling and damn gums yapping and you still sitting there like this. With your damn hands crossed. Right? That's being a damn coon. A damn coon to your wife. You just got off of camp. You work the damn 6-hour shift at camp doing the work on the highways and byways. You get in the house, your wife say, Your wife's in the top, take the trash out. What do you think you're doing? Right? And then you gotta go in there and take the trash out. Right? Then you finally will take your shoes off. The dishes ain't done. You gotta go in there and do the dishes. And you sitting there scrubbing. All right, got the damn big ass yellow gloves on that come down right here. The other yellow glove come down right here. Right? You still got your mitri on and you knocking them dishes out. Right? Don't be that guy, man. Don't be him. Have some honor about yourself. Get your house in order, man. Let's go to Sirach 27 and 3. Let's go to Sirach chapter 27 and verse 3. Right? This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 27 and 3. It reads, unless a man hold himself diligently in the fear of the Lord, his house shall soon be overthrown. You see that? So you got to hold yourself diligently in the fear of the Lord, man. Or your house. Now, your house is threefold. Your house is your body, right? Your earthly tabernacle that you dwell in, that your spirit resides in. And if you're not diligent in your prayer life, your fasting life, your studying, you keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, then your house is going to get overthrown by demons. And to that in Matthew chapter 12, 42 on down, about a demon coming with 7 other demons, breaking into your house and destroying you and overthrowing you. So get your house in order. Get your body right, man. Take care of yourself spiritually. Make sure that you're praying more. Make sure you're fasting more because time is running out. Cleanse your temple out, man. Stop eating the Big Macs all day and hoagies. Can I get extra sauce? Right? Get damn extra sauce on all your damn hoagies. All you eat is fried food. You don't pray like you used to. You might fast once a month. right? Get your spirit, get yourself in order, man. Get your house in order. That's dealing with you on an individual level. The second fold level of your house being in order is what I went into with your wives and your wife or your wives and your children. Get them in order. And your third level, if you're in a congregation or you're in a particular camp or a body, make sure that the body is in order, man. Right? And make sure your nation is in order, the house of Israel. So every brother should be getting a house in order in the last days, man. There should be no excuses. And if you don't hold yourself diligently in the fear of the Lord is going to overthrow your house. Right? But with that, I'm going to have to close up. I'm pressed for time. Headed to the school to open up the school. Giving all honor and glory to Yahweh Bashmi Awashai. Most High willing you was edified. The Cold Cuts channel should be back up this following week, I believe Wednesday. So stay tuned for the actual Cold Cuts channel. If not, we'll be on this channel doing lives and breakdowns. Tune into the Sabbath service. Kwam Yashala. Shalom.